Hi YouTube, this is Christian Brindle, Medicare Health Plan Expert Specialist, Licensed Insurance Agent, author of 3 insurance-based books, 2 specifically about Medicare, and host of the ever-popular The Everything Medicare Podcast. Today I wanted to talk with you about an insurance company called GTL, short for Guaranteed Trust Life, and they do some very interesting products that can basically, in a sense, kind of plug in some holes on Medicare Advantage plans. As many people know, Medicare Advantage plans come with, a lot of times, some fairly large out-of-pockets in certain situations, such as hospital stays and ambulance stay visits and things like that. This is a program that basically can act as like a little bit of a supplementary plan, if you will, to a Medicare Advantage plan and plug in some of those larger holes and gaps. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, folks, so here is some information about GTL's Guaranteed Trust Life's what I would call hospital indemnity products. And basically what hospital indemnity products do is they're designed to cover a portion, if not all of, larger copays that can come affiliated with some Medicare Advantage plans in certain markets, such as hospital stays and overnight hospital stays and things like that. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. I'm just going to run a couple of quotes here and kind of give you an idea on what we're looking at. These products are not going to be the same in all 50 states, so just wanted to mention that and make sure that everybody was aware of that. It can be a little different from state to state. I'm just going to run it based off of if I was in my home state of Utah here. So let's just say that I'm picking it up. We'll put in my information. Now, I am not age 65, but let's just say for the sake of example that I was. Let's say I turned 65 today for the sake of example at the time of making this video. Now, what I like about GTL and Guaranteed Trust Life is for the most part in most areas, I believe all areas, but I don't want to speak too soon about that. Typically, if you're turning 65, they will be able to give you a product like this, a hospital indemnity, with no health questions and no underwriting usually. Whereas I don't believe there's another insurance company that does that, or very few, that does products like this. So these are the different products that GTL has to offer. They do Medicare supplements, but today we're just going to talk about a product that in Utah anyway is known as Advantage Plus. That's designed specifically to go with a Medicare Advantage plan. So in this particular area, like I said, the benefits are going to be a little different from state to state, but in Utah, they will allow me to pick either a 10-day stay or a 21-day stay. Essentially what this means is that's how many days in one benefit period, a benefit period meaning that you're able to, stay that long in the hospital. Now, most Advantage plans don't charge copays longer than 5 or 6 days in the hospital, but some charge 8 or 9 days, so it just kind of varies. But we're going to pick the lesser. We don't need 21 days, we need 10 days. Now, let's say my Medicare Advantage plan has a $300 per day hospital copay. If I wanted them to pay all of it, this is kind of what I could expect to look at. So it's going to cost me about $30 a month and some change right then and there, right off the bat. Maybe I don't want to pay that much in premium. Maybe I'm all right with them covering $250 of my $300 hospital copay. Brings it down to $25. Now, I always am a big fan of adding an ambulance rider. Most Medicare Advantage plans will charge a couple $100 for an ambulance ride, depending on the plan. That only adds a less than $4 premium onto what I'm paying already. And you can add some other things too. Like you could do skilled nursing facilities, which is basically like overnight rehab. Most Advantage plans will pay for that free in the first 20 days. Usually after days 21 and going forward, you usually have a copay per day. Let's say I wanted them to take off $100 a day of that copay. So the more you add on, the more expensive the premium's going to get. So right up till this point, we're at about $40 a month. You can also do cancer riders, surgical riders, dental, vision, hearing, all this stuff, and then typically you're going to be looking at a $20 policy fee, at least in this market. It's going to vary from place to place. But that's pretty much as you're looking at it. These policies are month to month. For the most part, they're reimbursement. So you pay out of pocket whatever the copay might be, and they'll reimburse you whatever you paid, or you don't even have to really get reimbursed. You just have to show proof that you spent that amount of time in the hospital, and they'll put the money in your pocket. So it's not a bad product at all. We like it quite a bit, and we recommend it highly to a lot of our Medicare Advantage clients where it fits well for what they need. It kind of helps beef up their coverage a little bit. So anyway, folks, if you enjoyed this video and you live in one of the 10 states that we're licensed to work with you in, those states, again, will be Utah, Idaho, Colorado, Oregon, Washington, California, Texas, Virginia, South Carolina, and Florida. Again, that's Utah, Idaho, Colorado, Washington, Oregon, California, Texas, South Carolina, Virginia, and Florida, we would love to do a GTL plan for your Medicare Advantage plan if you feel like it could benefit you and kind of increase your coverage. If you've been struggling with hospital copays or maybe something else, this could be a solution. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for the time. Thank you so much for watching. Please drop a like on this video if you found it helpful and subscribe for future Medicare content. Take care.